I'm going to be reviewing the Ellie Glines makeup bags. I got both of them and I reviewed them on my TikTok, but I wanted to review them here on YouTube so that way I have something to refer back to. Now, I personally believe that no YouTube video actually did it justice on just how big these bags are. These are a lot bigger in person, but the regular size, I think this is called, the regular size comes with 2 of these little bags. And the reason why I have duct tape on it is because it came in the mail kind of falling apart because I bought these used off of Poshmark, I believe. But it's still a nice high quality bag. It has a good zipper. One of the main things I don't like about this bag is that it can't really squish down or collapse. So if I were to put this, say, in a suitcase or even a carry-on suitcase, it would take up half of the suitcase. And the second thing is that this little strap here, right here, it isn't really, you can't really fit anything in here. It's not really stretchy, so I wouldn't really put anything other than like eyeliner in here just because of the lack of elasticity. I almost wish that this was an elastic band, but basically you put your makeup into here and then you put your palettes in this little crevice, and then you can put another palette or 2 on top. So I do like how it is really organized. And then in the full size collection, it is the same premise with this little top thing here, and it doesn't really stretch. This doesn't really stretch that much. And it comes with 1 medium bag, and this is a lot more roomier than I thought. And then it comes with 2 small bags, and you can put stuff in this crevice and then put palettes, that's what it's called, onto here. I also have another one of the medium-sized bags. So if you want to take these out and you can put this in, you have one for brushes and one for your makeup, or you could take both of these out and you could put all 4 of these in, kind of like this, and you could have a 4x4 quadrant, or you could even, if you wanted to, you could even take this everyday bag and this medium bag and put it into here, and then you have a little bit more room on the side and on the top here for palettes or whatever you want. And so I do like how it is, to a degree, customizable or DIY, but the only problem is that if you are going to pack your makeup like this, just everything out in the open, then it's like, well, where are you gonna put these, you know? So you have to kind of ask yourself, what do you value, organization or simplicity? I have all of my makeup here. This is mostly what I use on the face to create a good base. These are not my palettes or anything. I have that separated in a different container, but I am going to be packing this in the full bag collection, the big one. So I'm going to use 2 of these small ones and then a medium size bag. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be putting my makeup brushes into this bag. So technically we only have these 2 bags, but I have hope that all of my makeup is going to fit into these 2 bags. I start off with Power Grip e.l.f. I'm going to use this one. And then my Neutrogena, or not Neutrogena, this is Revlon. And this is in 240. And this is the Neutrogena concealer, but I don't really use it as concealer because it is the same shade as my skin. I mostly use this for what's it called? Cut crease, or if I feel like I don't want to do a full face of makeup, I still want to have some coverage or something, then I'll use this as like a pseudo foundation. But I have those. And Wet n Wild powder. I love this powder, but I don't like how big it is. Like, it takes up half the bag. So maybe we won't be able to fit all my makeup in this, but I have faith, I have hope. Then we have CoverGirl Clean Matte. And now, where is my other stuff? Technically, this is a concealer, but I use it as eyeshadow primer because I have heard that if you use white eyeshadow base, that it'll make your colors pop more. I personally do not see a difference, but maybe there is one and I'm just blind. We have this, and then we have actual Urban Decay eyeshadow primers, just in case if this doesn't work. Now, I do have a little bit more room, I do have a little bit of room in here, but I'm gonna say that is quote-unquote full. Even though it's not completely full, I would consider this full, even though there is still some room to put some makeup in. The way that I'm organizing this in my head, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I have another bag here. This bag, we're gonna be putting our eye and other stuff. Technically, we put the eyeshadow primer in the first bag, in this bag. However, it makes sense to me. Trust me, it makes sense to me. For blush, I actually never used these 2 blushes before. This is e.l.f. Chroma Stick and Ulta Cheeky Collection. I've never used either of these, but I'm gonna be packing them to try it out. I'm gonna do that. And then so we have blush, we have, where is my This is the NYX and the Wet n Wild contouring sticks. I don't really do contour that much or at all, but I have these and I don't want to waste money by not using these. So I force myself to use these. And then this is L'Oreal mascara. And where is my other mascara? I have two more mascaras. This is Fantasize one size, and the Too Faced, oh, it's upside down. Too Faced Better Than Sex. I got these for Christmas. I have not tried either of these, but I'm excited to try them. I'm gonna pack those. And now for highlighter. I recently, a year or two ago, bought the ColourPop Villains collection, and it was the entire collection. So I have something dropped. I have like all of these highlighters plus like these ones that I bought myself. So we have a ton of options when it comes to highlighter, but the one I use the most is this one. And yeah, I think I use this one the most. However, I did just get this one. It's by Black Moon Cosmetics, and it is, I can't read that cursive. I cannot read this font of cursive, but it's the Moonlighter. I personally have not tried this out just yet, but I'm excited to try it out, so I'm packing that. And then I have my two bronzers. These are the only bronzers I own. I don't really know how to do bronzer or what to do for bronzer, but I don't know. But I'm gonna put this in. If I don't use it for bronzer, then I can use it for like a brown eyeshadow or something. And these are the only two, these are all the products that I use on a day-to-day basis. This extra stuff is just like for variety, like if I want to feel more glittery, then I'll put this on or something, but 99.9% of the time I use just these two things. And then I will also pack this little thing. This came in our cosmetology kit with our makeup brushes, but it's all the little thinner cylindrical items. So I have my eyeliners here. This is the L'Oreal Flash Cat and Epic Ink by NYX. I use both of these on a day-to-day basis. And then this is for my waterline, the Essence water pencil. Oh, you can't even see that. Okay, well, whatever. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. If you want to buy it, then go ahead. And then everything else here, this is from the Galinda Rem Beauty Galinda. This is also the Galinda. And then these two are green. Rem Beauty, Ariana Grande's Wicked collection. But I like to keep this separate from my other makeup. And then I keep the rest of this in here because, first of all, these two brown eyeliner pencils, their caps keep rolling off. So if I were to put this in like a makeup bag, oh, it gets stuck. Oh, okay, now the top is exposed or whatever. So that's why I put that in there, like into a little bag separate from the pile. And then I just pack everything into here. This is the e.l.f. lip brush. I'm not sure why there's wood exposed. And this is like a tiny brush that I got from like Amazon or something. And then I got spatulas from our kit. And then all of this into here. Everything into here. I don't know why I travel or put everything into this bag when I don't use all of this stuff. Like, I don't use the brown eyeliners as eyebrow pencils or whatever, but I don't know. It feels wrong to like separate this, you know? Now it is time for brushes. I don't use all of these brushes. I just like have all of these brushes, but I don't use all of these. But I'm gonna be separating this out on what I do and do not use. So this is the e.l.f. fan brush. I do not use this or this, and it's kind of falling off, but I need to secure it back on. I don't think I use this. I do not use this either. This is the e.l.f. foundation brush, but so these are the brushes I don't use. And I don't use these ones over here. I do not use. These ones I do use. This is the Contour by Real Techniques. This is part of the Rem Beauty Wicked e.l.f. blush brush. Say that 10 times fast. And then I got two powder brushes. One from Anuju. I don't know what this brand is, but I bought it off of Amazon. I don't think you can buy it anymore. I am not sure. And this is from something. I think this was like a free gift with purchase or something. And here are the eye brushes that I use. I don't use every single one of these, but we're going to be sorting these out, and we're going to be separating what I do and do not use. Alright, I have all of my brushes here. And this one is the Earth Therapeutics, a fluffy little brush here. I use that, and I use this. I think I bought this off of like Temu a long time ago or something. I don't know. But I use this generic Temu brush or whatever. This one is another Ananju, whatever this brand is from Amazon. I use that. And then use another Amazon brand, and then this one doesn't have any label on it or branding, but it's this like dense brush like that. obviously I use this one by MSQ. You can get this off Amazon. Have you guys noticed the trend that all of my stuff is from Amazon? Honestly, say what you want about Amazon, and like you're supposed to boycott it or whatever, but they do have some good stuff time to time. So, oh yes, this one, all the lettering rubbed off, but this is the Face Secret brush by Face Secrets. This is the Essum V09 brush. We got these in our cosmetology kits. And this is like a generic brush that my aunt gave to me. She was like, here. And this one, I use this one sometimes. It's basically a flat packing brush. A blending brush. A fluffy blending brush. A dense, like, crease brush, I believe this is what it's called. And then this little brush by Real Techniques. I'm not even sure what kind of brush this is. The detailer brush. Okay. Now, I don't know what that means or what that is. Another flat packing brush. And yeah, that is basically it. That's basically all of the brushes that I use. It's just this, and then that's basically it. If I wanted to, I could hypothetically put all of these brushes and these brushes in, with still a bunch of room to spare. Why do I have two of the same brushes? And maybe I will do that, but not today and not right now. For the remaining space that is in here, we're going to be packing what's in here. And this is basically my tools and stuff that isn't necessarily makeup, but that you use for makeup, if that makes any sense. So we have Urban Decay spray. I don't know. I bought this and I don't want to use, and I don't want to like waste it by not using it. Eyelash curler. My hairnet. 2 mixing palettes. I probably should have packed these first so that way it can lay flat. Okay, that's better. A mirror. This opens and then it has a trifold. And then a foundation brush. A Real Techniques like powder thingy, I don't know. And then this is kind of cool. I bought this a while ago, but basically if you have a color on your brush, like let's say I have this and I want to use this for more than one color, but I don't want to buy multiples of this, you can just do this and it'll get the color right off of it. Like, it isn't exact of it, but after a few swipes, like, there's very little to no color onto it. So this is really coming in handy, especially if you have like limited suitcase space or you're dealing with a limited amount of room in your suitcase. This could be handy. So like this. And then this is all good to go. And now this can all fit into this big bag here. So I'll put this one with all my brushes and tools over here. My eye bag at the bottom, and then my face here. And then I'm wondering if I can even put this into here, like if it'll fit into the little zipper thing. And there is a hair in here, if I can actually, because then that would be pretty cool. I don't think I can stretch enough, but it barely made it, but I don't think so. But now we have the palettes are all in this bag, or in this bin. I'm not sure what palettes I want to bring. This is the James Charles palette, and I do like it, but it's a little bit too natural for me. I say that as it's a literal rainbow palette, but like the colors up here are very natural. I only use these little bottom row here and this red and orange, and that's basically it. Maybe I should have bought like a rainbow palette if I wanted to get just rainbows, but live and learn. But it does have some good colors in here. I don't know if I'm gonna pack this or not. But this is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2, and just like the James Charles one, this is a lot of a warmer color story, but it is way too neutral. This is way too natural for me. I only use like this row, and that's it. This is way too natural for me. I do not wear natural eyeshadow. I do not wear neutrals of any sort. I only wear brights or rainbow or vivids or something colorful. So I don't know if I'm gonna pack this or not. I might depot this. I think that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna depot this and I'm gonna depot this one. So that way these two are gonna be the ultimate rainbow. I think, honestly, I'm going to be packing this. I wear this a lot, actually. This is the Mulan Hot Topic, like, palette. I got this a long time ago, but this is really cute, and I wear this a lot. So I'm packing this. I don't know. Maybe this red here. I got this off of like, this is by Doe Color or Do Color. And this one is by ColourPop Main Squeeze. And I'm gonna be packing these. This is Space and Blue Moon. So have these. And I'm gonna be packing a purple. Maybe not. Oh. Well, this is ColourPop Misunderstood Villains. I haven't really tapped into this yet because I did just get this recently. It is a little natural for me, I'm not gonna lie, but it is glittery, and I do like glitters. So I'm probably gonna keep this. I probably will depot the ColourPop ones because I know that ColourPop is like magnetic palettes. So I'm probably gonna be depotting these ones easily, and then these two big ones are gonna be a little bit more of a struggle, but we're gonna learn. along the way. I can't put that there. Okay. How about I put this and this here, and these and that go here. Okay. And then I'm packing extra stuff. This is tape. The reason why I'm putting tape in here is because I like to tape the corners or like the little things of my eyes to make a very sharp, noticeable corner and a noticeable wing. But this tape dispenser itself is not good, so I folded down the little piece here so that way I don't have to be like picking at it and stuff. So I'm like putting that there, and then a fan to put my to dry my setting spray and my primer and everything. This will come in handy. Hopefully it doesn't break, but it hasn't broke yet. It hasn't broke yet. Broke? I don't know. And then I have this stuff on top. And then you just squish this down. And then this is ready for me to like take to school or put in a suitcase or whatever it is, honestly. Honestly, I might have been able to pack all my makeup into this one little case here, but you know, whatever. Like I said, I do like these makeup bags. I do wish that it was a bit more of a flexible material so that way it can like squish down. And then it also comes into question of like, it also like comes into the question of like what do you do with like these bags or whatever. So there is a problem of like, what do I do with these? Like, where am I supposed to put these? So I would say perfect it is not, but it is close. It is like extremely close to being my personal favorite makeup bag, other than it being not elastic or collapsible or whatever it's called, and what's the name, like a more like a little bit of a smaller, I guess. But other than that, I think these are a really solid choice. I know that these are no longer in stock anymore, and I have heard that the Sephora packet organizer is a really good like dupe for the smaller one, not for the bigger one, but for the smaller one. It's a really great dupe for that. Apparently it has 2 little compartments, like it has 2 little cases like these, but that are black instead of a blue-gray, which I think would be really, really nice. So if you are looking to organize your makeup, I highly recommend going online and looking up the Sephora pack organizer makeup bag or whatever it's called.